Yo, what's up, dog? Let me break it down for you why this vid gets everyone so hyped up. First off, let's check the obvious mess-ups. Grass looking flatter than a earth, a room lit up even though no light is getting in, stuff just chilling in midair, a dead dude too lazy to cast a shadow, textures on the pebbles are so missing, I saw posters for them on street poles, a very bright spot where no light should be, lightbox in a puddle, and a shadow that's completely missing in action. You gotta wonder how folks thought this was legit footage with all these glaring goofs, right? So here's the deal. Instead of the usual eye-level shot, the camera's mounted on the chest, which is known as a body cam setup. I did some research and it turns out this isn't a new concept. Lots of places are already into this, just so you know. But it's not enough to just strap a camera to your body. You need some of the features that a real body cam has. First, a wider field of view that covers more space, which is crucial for this type of camera so you can see all the action happening around you. Second, the lens distortion that typically comes with these kinds of lenses, making straight lines bend. You've got to add this effect on purpose since it's a unique feature of the lens. In a game, if you widen the field of view, the most you'll see is image just stretching. If you manage to widen it in real life, let me know where you got that stuff. So you've got to add the distortion on top of that. Plus, the guy added some vignetting in the corners, like it's a fisheye lens. I haven't seen this in footage, but if he pulls a kickflip during a shootout, no one's gonna argue. But if you think slapping all these effects on is gonna make you a top-tier creator and land you a job at Ubisoft, think again, dog. They hire people without experience. Anyway, was guy on the internet who tried to do the same move. Given that his camera seems to be positioned below eye level and also has lens distortion on the sides, the animation's kinda whack. Even though it's supposed to be handheld or body mounted, it's floating in space with minimal shake. Way too smooth, barely showing any movement, and doesn't convey any body movements except when climbing stairs. Meanwhile, our guy's camera is either held by a jittery man or actually attached to clothing. And in this kind of camera, you feel every move, turns, tilts, and steps, and the more intense it gets, the more it shakes. But the most important thing is that these movements aren't just there. They're done naturally, sharp and natural. And this is one of the key aspects that creates the feeling of real footage because we're not used to seeing this kind of shaking in games. This is more of a body cam trademark. And that's why this video doesn't give off that real vibe. On top of that, the field of view here is way too tight. They threw in some chromatic aberrations for no reason and went wild with the blur on the edges, like they're trying to flex their skills or something. So the guys still need to fine-tune the camera work. Unlike our pimp, this guy's like beauty salon. He nailed everything. Like another crucial detail that these cameras struggle with, limited dynamic range and auto exposure. This is really their thing. Constantly blown out windows when indoors and pitch black shadows when the camera focuses on something bright. All of this together creates the context that you're well aware of, a chest-mounted action camera. But when you look at real footage, you can spot another trick, the image quality. Mimicking these cameras allows you to hide all the flaws that you would otherwise chalk up to poor quality in the footage. But the guy was smart about it, and instead of just ruining the image, he applied heavy motion blur. This effect is slathered all over the video. Practically every frame has some blur. Combined with the fast-changing scenes where you can't make out much without pausing, it gives the impression that there are details everywhere, just like in real-world footage where you don't question the details. In other words, this amateur-style look is the ace of the whole trailer. If you think I'm talking nonsense, just take a look at a few frames from a dashcam and you'll be amazed that GTA 5 slipped in among them. Didn't notice? Well, hit that subscribe button if you're blown away by this. And with this trick, GTA really does look lifelike, but not quite, when compared to other dashcams. The trick isn't just about placing the camera in the right spot, dropping the FPS, and shifting the colors to green. Those 3 steps alone don't create the effect. They're important, but just part of the needed effect. Another trick is that aside from the color grading, the guys are also filtering the image with complex algorithms that process everything on the fly, like depth of field, lighting, what objects are where, and so on. And together with the green filter, it gives the image a lively look. Without it, it wouldn't work as well. But this looks good compared to old dash cams, because if you compare it with newer ones that capture a lot of detail, GTA just doesn't hold up, unlike Unrecord. But it's not that simple. You're probably sitting there thinking, man, you're really tripping. Look at all the details. These guys outdid AAA studios and dropped ultra-realistic environments. Dude, I'm with you. No doubt about it. But abandoned buildings, especially factories, are cheat codes. The deal is, unless factories got nuked, there's not much to see. The cleaning lady does her job and keeps everything spick and span, just like a lab. Not that one. But if there's an unexpected disaster, she's the first one getting flattened, and there'll be no one left to clean up. And this slick dude knew that, so he had the chance to pile on a ton of details you don't need to invent for normal interiors or city streets. If it's a wall of an abandoned factory, it can be completely or partially destroyed, with holes showing off rebar, chunks of concrete, bricks, cement, and so on. And what you can slap on top of that, from water stains to smudged up shit, is endless. Now try squeezing that level of detail out of a regular indoor wall. The floor has even more going on. Besides busted, uneven tiles, there could be puddles and, most importantly, trash, broken furniture, collapsed structures with the cleaning lady stuck under it, construction debris, and so on. All this junk cheaply boosts the image with both big and small details. In this case, small debris can turn into a pixelated mess that just adds some texture. Textureless rocks don't even stand out because they could just be covered in dust, and who's gonna question it? No one's going to wonder where a particular brick came from, but that doesn't mean everything was slapped together poorly or half-assed. Even though the location being conceptually simple to make it detailed, this guy managed to put it all together pretty organically. Less junk where you can walk and more where you can't. If there's a hole in the ceiling, there's a pile of rubble underneath, like fallen materials from above. If there's a hole in the wall, there's a pile next to it, like it's the remains. He even filled a sink with junk to mix things up, and somewhere he planted flowers to please the ladies. Total Casanova. But the question arises, who's this dude pulling off the whole thing solo and fucked up AAA studios? Is he the next Hidetaka Miyazaki? Well, almost. There's a small trick. This dude hit up the internet and hoovered up all assets like vacuum. He swiped graffiti from Quixel's site, probably got scanned debris, dirt shaders, and cracks from there too, along with a gas can and other small props. He stole a truck from the Matrix demo, grabbed a few bags, cinder block shelves, and so on from the Unreal store. And for his first trailer a while back, he straight up yoinked the whole location without tweaking a thing. Check this out. So saying that some dude solo-handedly made a game better than AAA studios isn't exactly fair. But then some might start to worry like, hey, are we being played for fools again? Chill, bro. Don't trip. But just in case, send me your credit card number. I'll keep it safe. See, the dude played it smart. Didn't waste time building every location from scratch. Just grabbed pre-made assets. Where they came from doesn't matter to the player, and he can focus more on everything else. Especially since he's already dropped a sick camera setup, with some issues no doubt, and animations that look pretty damn realistic, mostly thanks to that camera. There are different reload animations, and really natural hand movements. They act real, like when you get close to something you see a reaction just like in Resident Evil 4 Remake. Speaking of which, I'm gonna compare it with the second part and check which is better. If something helps speed up the dev process, why not use it? Especially since there's still work to be done. Even with Lumen, there are a lot of issues. For one, there are plenty of spots with straight up no shadows. What the guy was doing and why it happened, it's hard to say right now. Plus, the guy's textures aren't all smooth sailing either. Sometimes they straight up suck, but I'm hoping he figures it out and pulls it off like a boss. In the meantime, stick around the channel. Alright, take care bro, catch you later.